In the course of our daily lives, we often find ourselves encountering individuals who seem to quietly drain the very life force out of us. It's almost as if, after spending time with them, we come away not refreshed or inspired, but instead feeling tired, emotionally worn down, and somehow unsettled in our own minds. You might notice that the conversation was ordinary enough, yet afterwards, something inside you feels heavy. But why does this happen? And more importantly, how can we safeguard our inner calm against such subtle but exhausting interactions? Buddhist wisdom offers not only profound explanations for these experiences, but also clear, practical guidance on how to protect ourselves from them. It shows us how to understand the reasons behind these energy-draining encounters, and just as importantly, how to preserve our own balance, clarity, and inner peace while still living compassionately among others. Let us take a closer look at how we can apply these timeless teachings to navigate such situations without losing ourselves in the process. The power of right association. One of the key principles in Buddhism is right association. This is the understanding that the company we keep, those we choose to spend our time with, has a deep and lasting impact on our mental and emotional state. The Buddha taught that we should consciously seek the presence of those who bring light, wisdom, kindness, and compassion into our lives. These people, through their words, actions, and energy, help us grow and keep our minds clear. By contrast, those who constantly radiate negativity, indulge in deceit, or act purely out of selfish desires can, over time, pull us into their own storms of confusion and emotional unrest. And this happens gradually, often without us even noticing, until we find ourselves weighed down by emotions that were never truly ours to begin with. This doesn't mean we must turn our backs on those who are struggling, in pain, or going through difficult times. On the contrary, the Buddha's path urges us to extend compassion to all beings. But there is a vital difference between helping someone with kindness and becoming entangled in their emotional turbulence. Recognizing when their negativity is spilling into our own mental space is the first step toward protecting our well-being. The mind becomes what it holds. The Buddha once said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." Our thoughts, shaped by the people we associate with, inevitably influence who we are and how we feel. If we spend our days in the company of those who constantly complain, criticize, or spread bitterness, we run the risk of allowing their thoughts to settle into our own hearts. Our inner clarity becomes clouded, and our emotional strength starts to fade. When we remain in regular contact with energy-draining individuals, we often, consciously or not, absorb their emotional energy. As the Buddha taught, suffering arises from attachment. And attachment does not only mean clinging to objects or desires, it also means becoming emotionally bound to the mental states of others. Whether through excessive sympathy, unguarded anger, or shared anxiety, we begin to carry their burdens alongside our own. Before long, we may find ourselves feeling restless, confused, or outright exhausted. The weight we carry is not truly ours, yet we hold it as if it were. We lose our center, and our peace begins to slip away. Mindfulness, recognizing the shift. Here is where mindfulness becomes our greatest ally. Through awareness, both of our own state and of the subtle shifts within it, we can detect when we are being influenced by someone else's energy. In meditation, we learn to watch thoughts and emotions come and go without becoming swept away by them. This same skill can be applied in daily life. When we notice that we are beginning to feel unsettled during or after an interaction, we can take a mental step back, breathe deeply, anchor ourselves in the present, and in doing so, reclaim the mental space that is rightfully ours. The three poisons and their impact. Buddhist teachings speak of the three poisons: greed, hatred, and delusion. These are considered the root of all suffering. People who drain our energy often embody one or more of these poisons. Greed may appear as a constant hunger for attention, validation, or control. Hatred shows itself in bitterness, resentment, or a tendency to criticize harshly. Delusion appears in confusion, distorted thinking, or a refusal to see truth clearly. When we come into contact with these traits, especially in a repeated way, we may feel manipulated, emotionally depleted, or trapped in someone else's cycle of negativity. Yet the Buddha reminds us that all these states are impermanent. They are passing conditions, not fixed realities. This means we are not powerless before them. By practicing detachment, we can meet such people with compassion while refusing to take their suffering into ourselves. Detachment and healthy boundaries. Detachment in Buddhism does not mean cold indifference or severing every bond. It means refusing to let the mental states of others control our own. It is the quiet strength of being present without becoming entangled. Healthy boundaries are a natural expression of this detachment. They are not walls meant to isolate us, but gentle guardrails that keep our inner peace intact. We can choose to listen, to offer kindness, and to help where we can, yet still have the courage to say no when needed, without guilt or resentment. The Buddha taught that caring for our own minds and hearts is a sacred responsibility. Only by tending to our own well-being can we be of genuine help to others. Protecting our energy is not selfish. It is the foundation from which true compassion can flow. The support of the Sangha. In Buddhism, there is the concept of Sangha, a community of like-minded, wise, and compassionate individuals. Just as the Buddha walked his path with a circle of supportive companions, we too benefit from surrounding ourselves with people who inspire and uplift us. Such relationships act as a shield against negativity. They nourish us, encourage our growth, and remind us of who we truly are when the world tries to pull us into its unrest. The Buddha put it simply: surround yourself with good people, and you will be lifted. Compassion without attachment. When we meet energy-draining individuals, the Buddha's teachings on compassion and non-attachment offer a clear path. We can see their negativity as a reflection of their own suffering and respond with understanding. But we do not need to carry their pain as if it were ours. Compassion does not require us to lose our own center. By offering kindness without clinging to the outcome, we remain steady and free. This is emotional discipline. It keeps us rooted in our peace even when storms swirl around us. The Buddha once said, "You will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger." Meeting negativity with frustration only harms us further. Calmness, patience, and detachment are our true protections. Choosing peace in every interaction. Everything is interconnected. The people we meet, the energy they carry, and the way we choose to respond. With mindfulness, we can choose our associations wisely, set clear boundaries, and preserve our inner calm no matter what situations arise. The Buddha's wisdom reminds us that the greatest power we hold is over our own mind. By guarding it, we not only protect our energy, but also become a source of light and balance for those around us. So, reflect for a moment. Are there people in your life who leave you feeling consistently drained? What small boundaries could you set today to protect your peace while still offering kindness. If these insights resonate with you, consider making them a daily practice. Buddhist teachings are not just ideas to think about, they are tools to live by. By applying them, you can walk through life with your energy intact, your heart open, and your mind at rest.